Hello and welcome to another episode of the Rebel Creatives Podcast. I'm your host, Delano Wallace, and it is my mission to help business owners and entrepreneurs to gain financial impact and time freedom so they can do more of what they love and have a more fulfilling life. And in this episode, I want to take another step in doing that and achieving my mission. And I want to talk about achieving niche authority. All right. And if you are a business owner or an entrepreneur and you're just starting out, you're likely looking for ways to stand out from the competition and make a name for yourself in your chosen field. And I want to help you through that process of achieving niche authority through this episode. All right. You want to be in a position where you're recognized as the go to expert in your industry. And by following the guidelines that I will be sharing in this episode, you'll gain the credibility and trust needed to attract your ideal buyers, grow your business, and most importantly, dominate your niche. And the whole idea of this is why it's important. It's when you achieve authority in your niche, it's one of the most powerful ways to ensure long-term success. A lot of times when we start business, we're just starting out. We only look for the short term because there was something driving you to start that business, and you just want to achieve that as soon as possible. But sometimes we need to consider the long term. And when you achieve niche authority, this is what it helps you to ensure. All right. When people see you as an expert, they're more likely to trust your products or services, recommend you to others, and remain loyal to your brand. You'll also enjoy the benefit of setting premium prices because authority gives you the leverage to command higher fees. Niche authority can accelerate your growth, create consistent revenue, and position you as the leader in your industry, all while reducing the need to fight for visibility. And if you are creating posts and content and you're putting things out there and all you're hearing is just crickets, it's that is where you know you need to start going down the path of niche dominance, right? Uh, Unfortunately, achieving niche authority isn't as easy as just declaring yourself an expert, right? Many people struggle to build this credibility, and it's often because they underestimate the effort it takes. And sometimes, they're not interested in the things that needs to be done on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month basis for them to build that authority, right? So here are some common challenges, right? The first is lack of focus. Trying to be everything to everyone spreads you too thin, dilutes your message, and as a result, your expertise, right? Because now you're not an expert, you're just a jack of all trades, as it were, right? Nothing is wrong with that. But if you want to dominate, you want to be seen as an expert in one, you want to dominate one thing first, and then you can branch out afterwards, right? Nothing is wrong with that. It's just the way you do it. You don't want to spread yourself too thin, especially in the early stages, right? Next is like inconsistent branding. If your brand doesn't align with your niche, it creates confusion and inconsistency in how people perceive you. So, for example, if you say, all right, let's create some Facebook ads, you create the Facebook ads, but then you go and do some other form of marketing. And if a person should look at those two different channels through which you're doing your marketing, it's not the same, right? And that lets people wonder, is this the same company? Is this reputable? Is the it starts begging a lot of questions. So when you have consistent branding, it removes that confusion and let people know you stand out. They know definitely that this is you and not somebody else. They don't have to even ask. They just now will soak in the message and take action where necessary, right? Another is not providing enough value. All right. If you're not delivering top tier value through content, your product or your services, your audience will look elsewhere. It's as simple as that. So you want to make sure that you're not just providing a service or a product, or you're not just putting out content out there that's not well thought out, right? You want to make sure that anything that you're doing is valuable, is top tier, right? Because that now will allow people to want to go to you for the solution or the result that they're looking for, because they know that they can get it from you. All right. Another thing that's holding a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs back, especially those starting out, is that many entrepreneurs shy away from competition. And the best thing, the way I look at competition is actually a way to improve and sharpen what I'm doing, right? Because without competition, you stay stagnant. There's no push to get you to move and improve. But when you have the right competition, now you're going to be able to do better, be better, offer better stuff. So don't fear competition. Instead, welcome it and use it as a catalyst for you to be the best, right? Because without that, you're just another offering. You're just another person. But if they can compare you to 10 others and you come out on top, that's where you want to be. And that only happens through competition, right? And the other thing I think that's holding a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners back is, patience and persistence, right? Dominating a niche or having niche authority, it takes time. And if you lack patience, this can lead to frustration and premature quitting. So you don't reap, the fruits or the spoils of your labor, because you quit a little bit too early, because you're expecting to get a bunch of awesome things now, but it takes time, and you quit right before you would reach the gold mine. And it's kind of similar. I want to just even share like a similar scenario. You just started business, you're investing a lot, so you go and maybe you don't even have the capital, so you're doing like small gigs to get you the assets that you need, and you're putting it out there, and now nobody is hearing it. And the problem is, you started to do an activity that should have been done after you started establishing like a foundation, or you know some form of visibility online. So nobody knows you. You're putting out the content and you're not getting the shares. And even if you do get shares, you're getting it from your loved ones, your friends, your family, not your ideal audience, right? So you're wondering what's up. That's the issue. Now, what you need to do is either pay more money, right, to do marketing and get in front of your ideal people, or you're going to have to go the long route, the free or the organic method that takes time to then build up that audience for yourself. But don't worry, if you're willing to put in the work, you can overcome these challenges and claim your place as a recognized authority in your niche. All right. So, enough of me, talking about all the roadblocks and stuff. Let's get right into it. Um, the first thing, and this might sound like me repeating stuff because I say this a lot, but you want to make sure that you define your niche and your audience. All right. This step is crucial. You need to get hyper specific about who you serve and what problem you solve. Think about what you're passionate about, where your skills lie, and where there's a gap, right, in the market. For example, instead of being a fitness coach, you could position yourself as the go-to expert for postpartum fitness for working moms. Just a nice example there, right? This laser focus helps you to attract the right clients and craft a message that resonates deeply with them. It also builds a foundation for your authority by showing you're the best at solving that specific problem, right? Now, a mistake made here is that many entrepreneurs start too broad, thinking they'll capture a larger, audience, but in reality, this dilutes your authority. So you want to stick to a niche you know you can dominate before branching out, as I mentioned before. Next, you want to make sure that you're building and sharing valuable content. Your content is the lifeblood of your authority, whether it's blog posts, social media, videos, or podcasts. Regularly sharing valuable insights position you as a knowledgeable expert. All right. So, for example, for me, I choose podcast to share valuable content every Monday at 9 EST, right? So your content should educate, it should solve problems, and show your unique perspective. And a quick example is if you're in to real estate, you could create a blog series on common mistakes first-time home buyers make, right? And offer actionable advice to help your audience avoid those pitfalls. And that's where we see where putting out content is very important in dominating your niche, right? Whether you're going to do a blog post, whether you're going to do social media, videos, whatever it is. And I recommend doing multiple different ones, not too much to spread yourself thin. But for example, you can repurpose some of those content. So for example, what we like to do is we create a long form and we just say long form content and then we say short form content. And the reason for that is this long form content can be a blog post. It can be a script for your podcast if you want to do podcast. It can be turned into a video, right? And then the short form content, they can be a Facebook post, a LinkedIn post, can be Twitter posts, right? So you want to create this content and then share it on the channels that you're a part of, that you're comfortable with, and get that authority being built over time, right? So a mistake is where entrepreneurs often get caught up in perfectionism or assume they need to have everything figured out before they start creating content, right? But waiting too long or hesitating to put your message out there it will slow down your authority building process. So start with what you know and let your content evolve as you grow. Nothing is wrong with that, right? And for I am a living example of this. When I started my podcast um, 2 years ago, right? I just started based off of where my business was at the time. And if you listen from then till now, you will see that evolution, that growth. What didn't change, however, is that I am giving as much value as I could every single episode that I put out, right? But it did change as my business changed, as my offerings got tweaked a little bit and stuff like that. So, but the biggest thing is now I have 100 over 120 episodes out, right? So if anybody should come across my podcast, they can see that yeah, this guy has been putting out a bunch of valuable content over the years. And if even I wasn't perfect and wasn't doing all of these podcasts the best, right? I would say at least 60 episodes will really stick out and help some people, although I'd say a little bit more, but who knows, right? And that is why you want to make sure that you're building and sharing valuable content from day one, and you just be consistent with it and put it out. All right. Next, you want to make sure that you're engaging with your community, right? Building niche authority isn't just about, broadcasting your expertise and putting value out there and all of that. It's also about engagement, right? Answer questions, comment on relevant posts, and provide value in industry groups. The more you engage with your audience, the more they see you as a reliable source of knowledge. As you connect with people and help solve their problems, you're naturally building trust, which is key to establishing authority. You want to make sure that you're avoiding to treat engagement as something that's one-sided, right? Don't just post and leave. Many entrepreneurs fail to respond to comments or follow up with their community, and this can alienate potential clients and undermine the relationship you're trying to build, right? So you want to make sure that you're engaging, you're, giving, answering questions, right? When people ask and stuff like that, right? The next step when you want to build your authority is you want to leverage testimonials and case studies, right? Nothing speaks louder than social proof. So you want to share testimonials, you want to share case studies, any success stories that you have to show that your methods work. Now, real life examples help potential clients to see the tangible effects of working with you and further position you as a credible authority. If you're just starting and don't have testimonials yet, consider offering a discounted or free service to get initial clients and build that portfolio. And even the other day, I saw a post, and just a little backstory. I, offer free website design as a in. That's one of our latest offer, and we're on a mission with that to really help startups to get started without the upfront cost, because we charge anywhere from 2,800 and up for a custom website design. And what we wanted to do is to bring that same level of service for free for businesses that are just starting out, businesses that are struggling to find the capital to put their business out there in a professional setting and leverage that professional online presence so they can increase their likelihood of success in their business. So we wanted to do that, and being in business for over a decade and knowing that, we say, what, let's do something like that to help out. Now, if you are doing it solely to build your portfolio and stuff like that, be transparent, tell people exactly what's going on, because you don't have the testimonials, you don't have the case studies, you don't have the social proof. So be real and say, hey, I'm just starting out. I don't have any live projects, but I'm willing to do some for free, maybe five, and just to get that built up. And then from there, boom, right? You have to be transparent, because a person who has years of experience in um, designing websites but have no website design on their portfolio, that is a little bit, fishy, and it's counterproductive to you building authority. And again, this even will show you that building authority doesn't mean that you have to have all these things. It just means you need to be transparent, you need to be present, and you need to be sharing your expertise, what it is that you know, what it is that you can do. And if you can do it, what have you done? Because in the case of our website design offer, you can just go out there and create a website and have that as your portfolio, with or without a client. So, depending on your niche and depending on the type of business you're in, you shouldn't wait for a yes to start leveraging testimonials and case studies. You can become your first client, and as a result, become your first case study, right? And that's how I've always done business. Before I put anything out there, I do it for myself first and foremost. And then when I get the success, I can showcase this to a prospect and let them know that this is what I've done and this is what I've gotten out of it. Do you want similar results? Right? So there is never any excuse for you to not have social proof for you to help build your authority in your business. All right. And this is where, like, some businesses, they hesitate to ask for testimonials. But no, don't hesitate. Make sure that you're asking for your testimonials from every single client, because it is a powerful tool for your authority. All right, don't be shy. Just do it, because guess what, you have satisfied your clients and they will be more than happy to share their experience. Right now, the next step is you want to make sure that you're staying consistent and you're evolving, right? Niche authority isn't built overnight. It requires consistent effort, whether it's posting content, refining your brand, or engaging with your community. As Your business grow, don't be afraid to adopt and refine your niche further to meet new demands and trends. By following these steps, right, you'll create a reputation as a trusted expert in your field. Clients will seek you out and competitors will start taking notice, and your business will enjoy steady growth. Over time, your name will become synonymous with your niche, making you the go to authority for anyone looking for expertise in your space. All right. But again, you have to be consistent. You have to, keep evolving, and you want to make sure that you're not just doing it for no, you're doing it for the long term. All right. So, to conclude, achieving niche authority is within your reach, but it requires focus, consistency, and a genuine commitment to helping others, right? By defining your niche, sharing valuable content, engaging with your audience, leveraging social proof. And again, you don't have to have a client to have social proof. You should become your first client if you're just starting out and get that social proof out, right? And you want to stay consistent. Can't say that enough. You'll build the authority you need to thrive in your industry. So just stick to the plan, keep growing, and soon enough, you'll be the leader everyone looks to for answers. Now, if you need help with any of this, right, I would like to invite you to consider working with me to help you to go down the path of niche dominance. All right. If you want to take charge of your online presence, if you want to be the go to expert in your industry, if you want to attract more referrals, if you want to turn prospects into loyal buyers 24/7, right? Now's the chance, right? Now, even if you haven't yet established an online presence, this is a perfect opportunity, right? I would like you to get started to dominate in your niche at no risk, right? If you are serious about growing your business and building authority in your field, it's now the perfect time to take that step, right? And all you need to do, right, is apply for our online presence offer. And with our proven system and proven, methods, we will help you to get found more easily, build lasting trust with your audience, and convert more leads into paying customers. All right. If you're interested, all you have to do is visit delano.therebel.me, right? And click on the button that says you can get a free website design, because that's where you're going to start your online presence, your first impression, what people will see when they find you, right? Want to start to make sure that you have a professional online presence, that nice first impression. And then from there, we're going to help you to come up with authority leading or thought leading content, long form content, short form content will help you to put that out there to start building and making sure that you're using SEO to the fullest of your capabilities to get found, give people value, and be the go-to person in your field. All right. So if that is interesting for you, again, remember you can get started at absolutely no money down, risk free. We'll take on that cost. We want to build you something. We want to help you to increase your likelihood of success. And we want to give you that transformation in your business because we know, and here's a selfish reason, I know that when we build something for you that is going to help you to move the needle in your business, and that's going to help you, we are going to be your number one place to go for everything you need. And we have everything to make sure that we're helping you to dominate your niche and get all the goodness from that. All right. So thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Rebel Creatives Podcast. Delano signing out and looking forward to seeing you in the next episode.